First of all, I'd like to give credit to Florida Southern. They played last night in Gainesville against Florida. And for those guys that travel, to be ready to play, it's not an easy thing to do. It reminds me of my days playing in the CBA, traveling 8, 10, 12 hours. But the way they came out and competed and played, just a credit to their program and Coach Don. Really pushed the ball. And one thing I wanted when we played against those guys that I liked about him is Coach has done a great job for years with his teams. And the thing I was impressed about was the way they push the ball. They do a tremendous job of pushing the ball without turning it over. So that was very impressive. I thought our guys did a better job in the second half, really settling down on the defensive side of the ball. And what we try to do in exhibition games, we try to run motion offense without calling any plays, which is probably the toughest offense to defend, probably the toughest offense to be able to do without calling plays. I thought we did a better job in the second half. We didn't do a very good job in the first half of getting the ball inside to Jordan and Jerron. So we got to do a better job working that in practice. And I thought they just ate us up in the first half defensive, just really attacking the baseline. I think part of that, not to make any excuses for our guys, was probably more about our approach as a coaching staff on the charge call and the rule. Because if we can't get there in time, you know, with the new rule the way it is, it's probably a block. So I thought we were there about 4 or 5 times, but we're hesitant to step up and take that charge. So, and the thing I told our guys in the second half, just play it like let the referees make the call to you. Step up and take a charge, take a charge. They call it, they call it. But I didn't think it was a lot of change from last year as far as the way the game was called. Because we try to teach playing arm's length on defense without fouling. But I thought they did a good job. One of the things they do is attack the rim consistently, just dribble penetration, keep the spacing. We got to do a better job with our bigs and guarding smaller guys like that, which we won't see a lot of smaller 6'5", 6'6", power forward centers at this level. But I think our big guys did a very good job with mainly Jordan with some of those guys and moving his feet and retaining.
Play by Robert first time out.
I thought he did a good job. One thing Robert always been was he can shoot the ball, and around the rim he's explosive. The area for him to improve upon is his mid-range games, off the dribble, making plays that way, dribble penetration, finding guys when pressure, and attacking off the bounce, moving in motion, setting screens, all those things. That's just a matter of time and process and picking it up. But he can shoot the ball. The thing that I like about him, I had to talk to him, I didn't think he was as aggressive. I think he's starting to play a lot better basketball now as opposed to early. Wasn't looking for a shot, wasn't very assertive, but I think he's doing it a lot more now. He's very aggressive, looking for a shot, and we need that from him.
It's a good sign when a guy gets the first college points on a dunk.
Robert?
Yeah.
Well, I think it is. I mean, that's, you know, I don't want to say that's who he is because he's a great athlete, but he can make shots from the perimeter. But he's a guy that just plays the game. He plays within himself. He understands his role. He knows what he needs to do to be successful. But the thing I talked to him about, a couple of weeks back, just being aggressive. Being aggressive offensively, taking what the defense gives you.
What did you think about Darius? His first shot at that sort of thing.
I thought it was solid. He has to get better defensively. I think that's the biggest area of concern when I'm dealing with Darius is defending. Has to really take pride in defending, play with passion. But he understands offense, he can make shots. And again, when you're not running any plays, just a motion offense, your guys got to get open for you on the wing. You got to have space, you got to have cuts, you got to read because we don't have a lot of A, B, C, D in motion. It's reads, cuts, and movements, just actions. And they run motion, so they know the cuts, certain angles. So and he has to be aggressive in his cuts, his screening. But I thought he did a solid job offensively. Did turn the ball over, but he got to do a much better job defensively.
And did you feel like that first half kind of missed Antonio? I know it's hard to say that you can't play the game defensively, especially.
Yes, I think so. I think we missed him more just as a point guard offensively. Because we could make the adjustments defensively. I didn't think we were very aggressive in the first half defensively. I thought we were on our heels. But I think you missed him from the standpoint of not having him as a point. Because you're trying to put Jordan at that position. He's probably only spent maybe 3 or 4 days at it since Antonio's been out. When he's programmed to do a certain thing, all of a sudden you want him to run the team. It's just, and that's not an easy thing to do. So hopefully we can get him back healthy so we can get rolling.
Anything Any update on it?
I think it's more day-to-day than anything. I think he'll be that Xavier game, but we'll see how it goes on Monday. We'll be off tomorrow. We'll see how it goes on Monday.
Does he need to play that second exhibition game to be able to play against Xavier?
Oh, not at all. He's in the fold. He's in the fold. But I like for him to play in that game if he's healthy enough to play, just so he can get a feel for the pace of it, but also really running the team. I think for 3 years he split minutes as a point guard position. Sometimes, most of the time, he probably played off the ball. So now as a point guard and running your team, knowing the system, the plays, because when you're out of practice, there are a lot of plays you go over. And he has to be aware of those plays, because once we hit November 12th, we'll call plays in the game, so he has to know his assignments.
But you're still pretty optimistic you could be ready by the 12th.
I think so. I think so.
How much of Jarnell's big game today was his improved agility, and how much was having Jerron back?
Well, I think a combination of both, because again, you're talking about two guys that can rebound the basketball. You're trying to double team one, the other one dive into the rim. And it's hard to keep even one of those guys off the glass with just one guy boxing them out. It's not an easy thing to do. But they understand each other. They have a good feel with playing with each other. They know when the guys dive, they know how to read them. So that part is good. But I think it helps both guys, because it's hard to double team one guy with another guy with the way he rebounds the ball.
And how much improvement have you seen in Jarnell's
I think really just the weight loss, but also the focus of wanting to be the best player he can become. Really taking care of the basketball. It's one thing he's always done, even when he's been pressured and double teamed, he does a good job of taking care of the basketball. But just his shot and his follow through around the rim, he's got better with his touch around the rim.
There's anybody like Armani or Montre help themselves today?
Well, Armani's been out because of injury. This is actually, he's been out for three or 4 days, and he just played today, so he didn't practice about 3 or 4 days. So, and I thought he did a good job with that ankle injury. I thought he did a good job moving, but you can tell he was a step slow, because he's a guy that's always cutting and moving. But I could see he was a step slow out there. I thought the one thing about DeMontre, he's a really good team player. He took advantage of the minutes that were presented to him. When I was played hard and competed, man, I must be getting ready for the football game. But I thought he did a good job with the minutes that were presented.
Quentin was the only guy that didn't play. Was there a reason he didn't get on?
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. He's a good guy, but keep pushing.
I guess other than what Jerron brings to the basketball side of things, was it nice to just see him back out there with all the stuff he had to go get his off?
Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, I just think when you have all your parts and you can push the way you need to push, I think the only thing that you were missing at this point, Quentin Hughes, possibly in the rotation, also Antonio, But somebody's injured somewhere all the time. You got to make adjustments. But I just think the biggest adjustment, not having a point guard consistency out there, because you run offense, everything kind of flows from those guys and through those guys. When you don't have them, you have to make adjustments. It's not easy, but it's good having them out there. Not just for Jerron, just getting the rust off, being out so long, getting the game under his belt. Now get ready for the next game. I think it'll be good for him. Thank you.